Hello, everybody. This is Norm Scott. Thank you for tuning in. It occurred to me a few days ago that if you only follow on the YouTube channel, you may not be aware that I, and by extension, Shu and Chan, have been working on a video game, an actual video game, Knockoff High School Go, which you can see here. It's a visual novel slash dating simulator in which you interact with knockoff versions of popular video game characters. The the details are all on the Patreon, and our patrons have already had a chance to play through the playable demo that you're about to see here. But I thought it'd be nice to give everybody a chance to get kind of an idea of what they're looking at. Now, one thing to be aware of before we begin is that this is very early alpha footage. In fact, there have actually been several improvements to the UI since this version went up. So we're going to be seeing a very work in progress here. The almost all the backgrounds you're going to be seeing are going to be our placeholders, some of the dialogue fonts, etc. Those are all being swapped out, and of course the user interface is not right there. Really, what you're seeing here is mostly a playable cutscene that kicks off the game proper. In fact, we're actually going to be cutting off right about at the point where actual gameplay begins. However, this will give you a taste of the tone of the game, and if you're interested, of course, you can get more details on the Patreon page itself. The link will be in the description, and I'll probably put a link on the actual video itself here. We'll find out. But, well, no reason to delay it. I'll go ahead and get us started here. Start. Welcome to the intro. I guess I'm going to be reading this out loud, so apologies if any of the voices I do aren't very good. Welcome to the intro. Please note that the following is an extreme work in progress. Most of the art is placeholder, and it literally is just the intro. This cuts off right before the actual game loop begins. So, again. With that firmly in mind, sit back and try to enjoy the following little sample on a toothpick of Knockoff High School Go. And since the intro is the only thing I'm going to show you, we will go ahead and play the intro. First day of school. Hey. Hey, kid. Hey, kid, wake up. I can't keep doing that voice. Sorry, it's going to blow out my throat. Wake up, you overslept. I'm kidding, it's only 6:30. You have plenty of time. And frankly, you look like you're going to need it. Up a little late, were ya? Come on, get the old marbles together. Here's an easy one to start with. Can you remember your own name? Of course I know my name. It's... What is my... For purposes of this, my name is Norm. Norm, huh? Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure I know my name, Dad. That's the kind of knowledge retention that'll have the universities eating out of your hand. Of course, you gotta get through the rest of high school first. Goodness, how you've grown, Norm. Time really flies. It seems like only yesterday you were watching My Little Pony in your pajamas playing with Legos. Wait, that was yesterday. Maybe this will be a good year for you to work on some of your social skills, Norm. Erzatz Academy is a much bigger school than your last one, you know. There'll be all sorts of interesting people to meet. On that note, I realize it's a little awkward to be discussing it with your dad, but have you given any thought to dating? And here, of course, we'll show you the dating options. I'll go the traditional route, and also because there are no dating options in this, really doesn't matter. But yeah, I'd like to meet some girls. I'll see options to date female characters. Okie doke. Wow, okay. Yeah, that was actually super awkward. No, it wasn't creepy at all. Let's just revisit that later, maybe. Well, look, I know you've got a busy day ahead, and I'm sure you weren't planning your morning around your old man chattering at you, so I'll cut this short. Just remember, this is going to be an important year for you. You're going to have a lot of decisions to make in the next few months, and some of those decisions are going to be with you the rest of your life. Take it from a guy who decided back in '88 that he didn't need diving gloves small enough to work his zipper. Man, this suit gets sweaty. Anyway, one last thing. Put out your hand, Norm. Yeah, okay. Jab! sorry about that. Figure it was better if you didn't see that one coming. You jabbed me with a needle, Dad. Look, I know you're going to think your old man's paranoid, but I just implanted a scrambler device in your wrist. It'll keep you from getting picked up by any facial recognition software. By the way, as you saw in the earlier there, a lot of the cut scene images are also going to be placeholder. They're basically just the penciled version. Haven't got any of those finalized yet, so really. Anyway, we'll keep going. You what now? Yeah, look, I know it's weird, but I don't want to get into a big discussion about it. I've got my reasons. Just take my word you're going to need this here. This is for your personal security. Well, okay, I guess. Also, it makes you show up on film as a fuzzy amorphous blob. Okay, what? Hey, it's working already. All right, Norm, I've got to get to the office, and you'd better get some breakfast in you and head to school. It's going to be a big day. This year's class photos are going to be weird. Somewhat later. Well, here we go. First day of school. Teeth brushed, underwear laundered. My first class is going to be biology, I guess, which is in the science lab, which is... I was right, this campus is bigger than my old one. I better check the map. Heads up! What the? Eek! Fzing! Boom. No, man, you moved. You could have caught that one. You'll notice that most of the voices are going to be pretty similar on this one. I'm not really flexing my muscles on that. That was a rocket. It just exploded against that tree. No, it exploded against a pigeon just in front of that tree. But it did set the tree on fire, so I guess same deal, really. Oh, crap, Jan saw it. She's coming over here. This ain't good. Cover for me, new kid. Boris Fitzgerald Dumerstein, did you just blow up a pigeon? No, the pigeon spontaneously combusted. I think I saw it smoking a little cigarette and drinking gin just before it happened. That doesn't sound plausible. But if it was smoking and drinking, that's also breaking school regulations, so maybe it just worked itself out. That, by the way, is the most feminine voice I can dredge up, so live with it. Look, I have no way of knowing what actually happened just now, but I smell magnesium and sulfur in the air, and I see BFG Dumerstein walking around, so I'll say this once. If I catch you setting off any of your homemade fireworks at school again, Boris, I'm going to light the next one and shove it under your helmet. But you won't tell the teachers, right? They can deal with you after you're out of the burn ward. As for you, I don't actually know you. Do you go to school here? I'm gonna stay aloof and mysterious. Yeah, that is me. Norm? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, you're with the special needs group. They don't meet there. They're in the third building. Do you need someone to walk you there? What? No, I'm Norm. I'm a new student. I'm starting today. Oh, well, in that case, I'd pay more attention to who you make friends with. Best case scenario with this one is an arrest record and third-degree burns. The doctor said second. I have to get to the gymnasium. Welcome to Erzatz Academy, Norm. Whew. Okay, that could have gone worse. You need to work on your plausible excuses, though. Still, thanks for the effort. So your name is Norm. Sounds kind of made up. Didn't realize how many times I actually have to say my actual name, so that's awkward. If I ever do this again, I'm going to put in a fake name. I'm Boris. Welcome to the school, I guess. I only started here near the end of last semester myself. Give me a shout if you need help finding your way around. Thanks, I just might. Or if you need fireworks, I can totally help you there. Like custom fireworks? Custom, you mean like you make them in different patterns and colors? Well, sure, I guess, but more like louder, bigger explosions, like maybe regular firecrackers aren't doing it for you? Your rocket just literally vaporized a pigeon in mid-flight. Let's not start pointing fingers. It would have only been your arm if you hadn't moved. But I can make the explosions pretty much any size. Little boom, big boom, really big boom. That's a popular one. Need to get rid of a stump in your yard? Are you sure you're not just making explosives? No, they still go off in like red and green and electric blue, but they've got spirit. Who's got spirit? Who? We've got spirit. Yes, we do. This is Lore to Calamari. I'll not give you any clues onto who she is or what franchise she's from. Hey, you, do you have school spirit? Me? Well, I just got here. I have not yet had sufficient time to develop spirit. You don't have to develop spirit. You just smile real big until the lie you're living becomes the only reality you know. Anyway, I'm Lori. You must be Norm. You know my name? Yep, I'm on the student council. The faculty lets us know whenever there's a new student arriving so we can give them the official welcome. Is this the official welcome? Well, no, the official welcome is usually a fruit basket, but it's been kind of a long time between transfer students this go around, and our supplies started to ferment. So here, please accept instead this stack of educational pamphlets fresh from the guidance counselor's office. There's, let's see, careers in taxidermy and freelance demolition, and here's a life spent hand-stitching leather wallets. Hey, let me see the demolition one when you're done with it. And then there's Start Your Chinchilla Wrench Today and Drudgery, a Lifestyle Choice. Anyway, it's a wealth of information for whatever path you choose. Oh, and here, you can also have this. It's the only piece of fruit that didn't liquefy or turn fuzzy. We're pretty sure it was an orange. Thank you. Come talk to me if you need help settling in. I know pretty much everybody in this school. Here comes somebody now. Gary, come meet the new student. Gary of Richardson. And that's all we'll see of him. What's wrong with him? Ooh, you haven't heard? No, but I've also never seen that person before, so I guess I don't actually care either. That's Gary of Richardson. Normally he's kind of broody, but his longtime girlfriend just broke up with him, so now he's nothing but broody. It's turned him into a ball of seething resentment and barely concealed anger issues. It is so hot. Hey, I resent things too? No, I don't think it works on you. Dang it. Still nothing. Hey, all of you come along. They just called a mandatory assembly in the gymnasium. Oh man, okay, Norm, get ready to cover for me again. It's not about the fireworks, come on. Shortly in the gymnasium, also I'm going to get a drink here, one moment. There, I hope you enjoyed the silence. This is Nettie Beehive. Again, no clues on where she was inspired. Quiet, everyone, quiet, please. Brian, if you don't stop snapping that rubber band, you're going to have to pay a proctologist a significant amount of money to extract it. Thank you. Is everyone here? All right. Please stand by for an important announcement from Principal Chu. Principal Chu. Thank you, Miss Beehive. Students of Ersatz Academy, I stand before you today with unfortunate news. Yesterday morning, I was informed by the members of the board that, by a majority vote, Ersatz Academy is scheduled to be shuttered at the end of the school year. I realize that this news will come as a surprise to most of you. Rest assured that all classes and school events will proceed as usual until the end of the academic term. As it currently stands, next autumn will see the remaining student body redistributed between the two other schools within our district. One, the prestigious Bethlehem J. Oxblood Center for Higher Learning, and two, St. Flub's Combination High School and Home for Vagrants, where they try really hard. We have not yet finalized the method we will be using to determine who goes where, but just as a general aside, maybe try to keep those grades up, okay? I realize many, if not all of you, will have a number of questions about this situation. I apologize that we are not currently at liberty to discuss the circumstances that led to the board's decision. For now, all I can tell you is that the faculty is exploring all available options to make the best of the current situation. You are dismissed. So that kind of sets up the central conflict of the novel. You are going to be seeing, will you save the school? Will you find out why they're closing the school? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not playing it. The assembly breaks out in a sustained rumble of voices, none sounding too pleased about the development. Oh, I'll be darned, I guess they do have school spirit. You find yourself increasingly alone in the rapidly emptying gymnasium. I wonder where Boris went. I still have no idea where my first class is. Norm? There you are. Sorry for not meeting with you sooner. There's rather a lot going on at the moment. Oh, yeah, I can see that. You're with the faculty, Ms. Nettie Beehive. I teach life sciences and double as the librarian. But right now I'm here to show you around the school. Oh, good. I have to admit I'm having some trouble reading my schedule. I think my first class is biology. Is that right? What? Oh, no, that's not your schedule specifically. That's just a sheet that lists class starting and end times. You see, Norm, Urzette's Academy permits its students considerably more freedom in choosing their curriculum than most traditional high schools. Our guiding philosophy has been the understanding that most high school graduates forget 90% of the information they learned in school by the time they're 30, so why belabor it? So our system allows students to choose their own classes day to day, so long as they actually attend something. Wow, really? That seems doomed to failure, yes, but believe it or not, it seems to work out. Sure, for the first couple of weeks it goes about like you'd expect, with the entire student body trying to cram into the softball classes, film appreciation, poetry, history of crustaceans. But after a while, the kids get bored with the classes that aren't actually engaging them, and within a short amount of time, most of them end up developing class schedules that are shockingly normal, entirely of their own, off the screen. Again, we're still finalizing some of the fonts here. Initiative. Wow. That's kind of depressing. Oh, we play you guys like fiddles. So I show up every day and just go to whatever class I want whenever I want? No, you show up every day and go to whatever class you want precisely when that class starts. This is still a school. Be in class before the bell rings. Now walk with me, Norm. I'll show you where everything is. The next few hours are spent getting an idea of the school layout. The campus is large enough that you're still pretty sure you're going to get lost, but you're too polite to mention it, as Ms. Beehive has clearly made an effort to be thorough. And so that's the third broom closet on this floor, but in all honesty, you probably won't need to remember that. Any questions? Yeah, it seems like a lot of your classrooms aren't being used at all right now. Is that because the school's closing? No, that's unrelated, but as a side note, I'd caution you not to ask too many questions about the school closing. It's a bit of a sensitive subject at the moment. Right, sorry. Now then, I guess that finishes the tour, but it may be a little late in the day for you to actually start classes, so if you don't object, I'm going to ask you to run a small errand for me. Will I get course credit? You'll get to not go to class. Deal. All right, I need you to take this envelope to Let me try that one more time. Just back up here. All right, I need you to take this envelope to Principal Chu in his office. You remember where that is? Not really. Yes, of course. Okay, then get to it, and Norm, that envelope stays sealed. You understand? Yes, ma'am. All right, the principal's office was this way-ish. No, it's past this hall and behind one of these doors that all look the same. All of them locked, too. They really do have a massive amount of unused space. Can't be doing any favors for their heating bill. Do they even clean back here? I think I just saw a possum. Okay, now I know I'm lost. There are actual literal vines growing on the walls. And now there's strange carvings in the brickwork. People at this school really commit to their graffiti. Hello? Rise and shine, Norm. Rise and shine. And if you can get from my voice which mysterious figure this is, you're being too kind to my awful impression. Excuse me, did you need something? What? Who? Are you all right, student? Principal Chu? That is me. I'm not sure if I'm doing the same voice I did for him earlier, but you get the idea. Did you see a demonic tax accountant just now? I saw you asleep, standing in my doorway. Asleep? I was asleep? There's a sizable patch of drool on your shirt. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry, I'm not sure how I got here. Here, Miss Beehive wanted me to give you this. Thank you for the letter. You may leave it on the desk. Right, can do. There we go. How's that? You may be excused, student. Right, yes. Okay, I'll just be going then, outside. That's to the left, correct? No worries, I'll find it. Pardon me. Okay, wow. All right, that was messed up. If my mind responds to minor stress by hallucinating middle-aged chain smokers... Let me try that one more time. If my mind responds to minor stress by hallucinating middle-aged chain smokers lurking in dark corridors, I'm going to have to really simplify my life. Hope I didn't already lose the leather wallet sewing brochure. What time is it? I wonder if it's too early to just head home. Ms. Beehive sounded like she didn't actually expect me to attend class today. Hey, new kid. Yes? Hello? Paper Route Ersatz News, would you care to comment on the announcement of the school's impending closure? Not really. Take it easy on the new meat, Paper. I don't think there's a story here. That's Bogart, of course. It's a fresh angle, Neil, an objective third party. What does this situation mean to the world outside? Are we overreacting? Are we not reacting enough? Sorry about this, kid. That's Paper. I'm Neil Valentino. We're with the school newspaper. And I can say with some confidence that she, at least, is overreacting. What's your name, newbie? I'm Norm, but I don't think I can help with your story. Come on, you've got an opinion, don't you? Everybody's got an opinion. Though it's worth pointing out that about 99.999% of those opinions don't make for interesting news stories. You stay out of this, Neil. Look, Norm, I don't need a full interview. Just give me a general statement on how you feel about the school closing, and polish it up to 800 words. Which begs the question of why you need the statement in the first place. Come on, Norm, do it for the freedom of the press. Well, I guess nothing lasts forever, right? Let it burn, shouts hate-maddened drifter over the wails of sobbing students. Nice. That's all I need. This is going to move some papers. Is it? Last week's headline was about somebody who thought they saw a frog outside. It turned out to be a rock. The bar set pretty low. Hey, listen, Norm, I'm going to go now and fluff this up until it fills a couple columns, but you seem to have a knack for sensationalism. Drop by the news office sometime and we'll give you a crash course in journalism. Nobody can stop a free press. Can't argue with that. Being a free newspaper is the only thing that keeps it in business. Come on, Neil, let's get out of here. That was the end of day bell. It was? Now, this, of course, sets up the school newspaper, which are a set of missions. We'll get into that later, of course. See you around, Norm. Looks like school's let out for the day. Well, that was weird, mostly. I guess I'd better head home. Your first day of school has left you with a lot to think about, so you decide to take the long way home. The first evening stars are already visible by the time you reach your neighborhood. You're about to turn down your street when you hear a familiar voice. Hey, Norm! I thought that was you. Do you live around here? Yeah, just the next street over. You? Yep, greenhouse on the left. I was just about to head in for dinner when I saw you coming up the road. That was a weird day, huh? Can't argue with that. Kinda sucks that the school's closing down. I was just starting to get used to it. I guess you lucked out there at least. How'd your first day go? Did you find your way around okay? I got lost trying to deliver a letter to the principal and ended up in an abandoned corridor where I was confronted by a terrifying man in a business suit. You know what? That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. That school building is weird, you know. Students are seeing strange things there all the time. Oh, yeah? What kind of things have they seen? Well, somebody thought they saw a frog last week. Turned out to be a rock. Huh. Well, anyway, the school's going to be there at least until the end of this school year, so we might as well make the best of it. Hey, I've been tweaking a new firework recipe to get a bigger fireball. You want to see it? No, sorry, Boris. I'm late as it is. I really need to get home. That's no problem. Just look out an east-facing window around 8. You'll be able to see it. I've really been tweaking the recipe. Well, I'll look forward to that. Good night, Boris. You'll probably want to push any fine porcelain a little further back on its shelf when you get home, and don't call the fire department unless you see the flames turn a real deep chartreuse. Tired after a long day, you return home and almost immediately fall into a deep, dreamless slumber. This is the end of the introduction. The actual game would begin now, except, well, it doesn't actually exist yet. And so that was the playable intro of Knockoff High School Go. It goes into the regular loop there, so we're not going to bother going any further on it. But that give you a little taste of what you're going to be seeing when the actual playable version comes out in just not too long here. I don't want to commit myself so far as an actual date, but you'll be playing it before too awful long, and this is going to be a public release, at least for the first episode. We are going to be doing the traditional releasing little bits until it's actually done method, because I don't have that much spare time. However, if you want to follow or support the production, you can help make it come out a little faster on the actual Patreon page. That is patreon.com/spookingtons. And basically anybody on there is going to get first access to any of the new builds, and you'll get to see it being put together, essentially. There is going to be a bit of a large undertaking. I think we have something around 13 dateable female characters. I think there's going to be 5 or 6 dateable male characters. There are a scattering of other cameos and whatnot. And the final game, I don't know how soon it's going to be implemented, but the final game will actually have commentary by Shu and Chan themselves, because they are technically, this is being developed by the Tanaka brothers, and I'll go more into that in a later thing. Anyway, we'll leave it at there for right now. Like I said, if you are interested, just visit the website. You'll be seeing real-time updates, and of course check our Twitter feed. That's going to be showing you probably more hour to hour. Plus, that one has the added benefit of me complaining about other things that I'm experiencing throughout the day. So I'll leave it at that. But thank you for watching. This is Norm Scott, and y'all have yourselves a good evening.